Hi, it's Leslie, Married at First Sight. So this was the week where the experts came out and tried to finish this off and get those couples across the finish line, and the couples met with their family and their friends, and all in all, I do not think any of it helped. There are now more couples in limbo than there were before the experts got to them. So where do we start? I guess we start with Justin and Alexis. I mean, granted, they were on the bubble last week, but they're still on the friggin' bubble. These experts and friends have not done anything to help it. They meet with them, and I guess the issue, this is so crazy to me, that I guess Alexis, because she's a very dominant, runs her life and everything like that, she wants to be controlled in the bedroom. And of all people, she gets Justin, who for some reason now is like, suddenly does not have that oomph in him to want to dominate her in the bedroom. He needs a little something. I was like, really? Like, of all things, it's just the craziest thing. And she wants to actually consummate this marriage before the end. I feel that she sees that as being an important thing, that she consummate this before decision day. You have a willing and able person here, and we have Justin, who is just not able to complete the task. I don't know. It was so sad. There were many people kind of cheering him on, like saying, you can do it, Justin. It was pathetic. I don't know. I mean, I think it just has to do with Justin's insecurities. Everybody's bringing baggage to these marriages, and Justin's is that he's just afraid Alexis is just going to quit on him. So he's not confident, and you know, you need confidence in the bedroom, especially if you're going to dominate the partner. You know, you need some confidence, and he is lacking confidence. It's a disaster, you know. I mean, the experts realize if they don't, they need them to consummate that, because that is like, that will help them get them across the finish line. So they are desperate to do anything they can to get Justin to man up and get this mission done. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's the craziest thing. I did appreciate this week. Alexis did not disappoint. Some more great do's with these extensions. She had like a double tiered thing going on like this with the long down the side. And then she also had the ponytails looking dap. She's gorgeous. I mean, she is gorgeous, and she brings the great do's. I myself could use some extensions, as people have commented, but that's enough of that. But she looks great, but you know what? She just needs that guy to like step up and do his part. But on the dreaded bubble they are, and there they remain. But before I go on, please subscribe and hit the notification bell and comment anything that I might have missed. But anyway, now I'm going to go on to Mitch and Kristen. I mean, I didn't think they were on the bubble, but they're friggin' on the bubble now. Everything was, as Kristen said, they were in a good spot. And then they started talking to, Mitch talked to Kristen's sister. Kristen talked to Mitch's sister-in-law to try to get, you know, advice on how to handle Mitch. I mean, he is the environmental dude. He is an environmental advocate. Did I say that the right way? Kristen is just, you know, tiptoeing around him to make sure she doesn't screw anything up. But I guess all was great. She'd even said they were in one of their best spots. Granted, they're not having sex. And of course, the experts are like, oh my God, they're not having sex. We have trouble on the front here. But that being said, Kristen felt they were in a really good spot, you know, and Mitch with all his environment. I mean, I like the environment too, but you know, everything was great until right before they all met at the end. Oh, wait, let me back up a bit. They met with the experts, you know, and everything was fine, but Kristen's starting to voice her concerns, kind of like, I'm losing myself, and all I'm doing is trying to please this guy who says he's always tried to accept her how she is, but yet she's feeling this intense need to change herself into this person that Mitch likes, which is insane, because that will never last. You can never sustain that in a long-term relationship. It'll blow up eventually, so you might as well just be yourself and have it blow up right away. But anyway, everything was like kind of fine, but Kristen was getting a little irritated at how much she was having to adjust her personality and life to make Mitch happy. And it started coming out when they met with the experts, but still everything was fine because she really likes him and Mitch says all the right things. They're still not having sex, big problem. But then, I guess, you know, Mitch meets with Kristen's sister and drops the thing that, oh, he'd prefer without makeup and this, that, and the other thing. Oh my God. And of course the sister's going to tell the sister. I mean, he's not stupid like that. And then the sister tells Kristen right before they all meet at the end. The experts come out. Kristen loses her shit and she's like, I'm done. You know, you said you don't like me with a little makeup. This is me. If you don't like me, hit the road. That's what she should be saying. They are on the freaking bubble for sure. Mitch was like blindsided, but the thing is he keeps pushing it and pushing it. You know, he came in kind of like playing nice guy, and now he keeps like hitting her more with the environmental stuff, trying to mold her into the person that he wants. Mitch, you're losing the best thing you had, because Kristen is gorgeous and hot, and you are not. But we'll wait and see another one on the friggin' bubble. Now I'm going to go on to Lindy and Miguel, who were in great shape last week. They were the couple to envy, and they were saying, like, you know, just throw anything at us, we can handle it. So they threw the baby at him. And little McGindy, I guess, caused a lot of friction, and Miguel got to see parts of Lindy that he wasn't too fond of. You know, he met with Lindy's friend, and I guess that didn't like calm him any. And when the friend kind of threw her under the bus a little, you'd think the friend would just like spout all this beautiful stuff about her friend, but said she can be a little crazy and all these things. And then Miguel dropped the thing about, well, that might be a deal breaker. I was like, deal breaker, what? It was just so bizarre that this couple that was doing so well, all of a sudden, because a little McGindy is in the crapper. Another thing I didn't understand is this whole discussion. They started talking about, well, I don't want to be in a loveless marriage. That was like a talking point for some of the couples. I'm like, where did this come from? Did the experts drop that line on them? But they were saying about how they don't want to be in a loveless marriage. Who does? Who does? I mean, that goes without saying, but didn't they just say, I love you? So now in theory, you're not in a loveless marriage. It was all crazy to me, but Lindy just looks for something to panic over, and Miguel is just like, oh, good God. You know, he couldn't say forever. Who can? You never know what's going to happen. They're on the freaking bubble. Those two also. I mean, I think they're happy, but there's a storm brewing there. You know, the experts did not lend the expertise here. But I must say, when Lindy and Miguel met the experts, they must have said, you know, come looking cool. And if you can work in a hat, we'd like to see you in a hat. Well, Lindy worked in the hat, but it didn't work so well. My props really went to Nate on this, because he did pull off the hat and looked quite good. I really think Stasha's dressing him, because his dressing game has totally stepped up since he's met her. But anyway, so talking about Nate, let's go on to Nate and Stasha. They met with the experts, and as I just said, Nate looked hot in the hat. I love the look. A completely different look from Lindy, but anyway, they looked great. Stasha, always a great dresser. They looked terrific. Leave it to Pastor Cal to dig up some old information that really didn't need to be dug up. And of course, in this conversation, they're doing great. They are the couple that is really doing the best now. And somehow in the travels with the expert, it came out that Stasha has cheated on a boyfriend, and of course that took Nate back, because he feels Stasha is like this perfect woman, and now to find out she's not perfect, that really didn't need to be, you know, said. You know, tell him that like a year or so in the marriage when you're a little more secure. I don't know, it didn't need to come up now. You're just trying to get him across the finish line. Pastor Cal fumbled that one there. But all in all, they seem to be doing fairly well. Pastor Cal, of course, was pushing the big thing of that love, the old love is not a choice, because he realizes Stasha needs to hear those words, even if it's just a conscious effort to say the words. That's all he wants, even if it's not a feeling. He knows that's the thing that Stasha needs to hear, even though Stasha's a yes. You know, I mean, the only one on the bubble there is Nate. Stasha's a yes unless she gets scared or something, but Pastor Cal could have stayed out of that, but whatever it was, they made it through that. Morgan and Ben, I mean, rip. I mean, I'm done with it. I'm over it. You know, what would a season be without one of the couples 13 days out saying they just can't stand it and they have to just bail? But I guess they have to, because what would the finale be when they come in and everybody knows they hate each other? So it's might as well they just bow out now. Because if you didn't know, they've called it quits. Morgan wants a divorce, and Bing, of course, agreed he wants a divorce, because he's no fool. If she wants a divorce, he's going to agree with that, because that's what he does. I think, you know, it didn't go by without Morgan pulling up on her phone. You knew this was, you know, rehearsed in her brain to show her nursing degree, because she's like, this is my last time to get this out. I am a nurse. My thought, these two both need therapy. They need to split and just, and go get therapy. And it was so funny until the experts realized, oh, this is a wrap. They were like, oh, can you be friends? Like, maybe we can salvage this, get your friends, and then get you back in the game with 13 days to go. Give it up. It's done. It's done. It's done. And And that was that. I wore black for them. You know, another one bites the dust. So after the experts got a hold of them, we have a whole bunch more couples on the dreaded bubble. That's what we have to thank for them. But anyway, if you liked my recap, I'm here every week. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell and help out the channel. And leave any comments of something I might have missed or your insights into anything. And I will see you next time. Bye.